Good morning, Coach Micheal Burt, 6:57 a.m. Just finished my workout at Rockbox. My name's Coach Burt, whether you're watching this on wherever you watch it, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I believe everybody needs a good coach in life. Got a quick question for you. If you were choosing, I'd love to get your comments on this, the number one habit of the top 1%. This is straight out of my new book, Flip the Switch. I was turned on to this study that Forbes did by Dr. Kevin Elko, just sports psychologist. If you were choosing the habits of the top 1% and you were choosing the number one habit, I'd love to get your feedback. Would you say the number one habit of the top 1% is remarkable boldness, which is striking fearlessness? That's number one. Would you say it's intrinsic motivation? There's steam in the engine, man. There's intrinsic deep because goals. Would you say number three, it's ability to lock in and see something through to its conclusion? Number four, would you say it's grit and resilience? Or would you say number five, it's ability to connect to other people? If you were choosing the habits of the top 1% of performers and you were measuring yourself versus the 1%. See, Freddie Blanton, sometimes I do an exercise when I'm coaching people is I bring up a person and I say, what's keeping you from going toward your goals? And I say, is it knowledge? Is it skill? Is it desire? Is it confidence? Is it relationship with someone? And then I say, if I were to bring up a person who was in the top 1% of performers and stand them right beside you, and I would say, but now before I do that, I would say, do you have a desire to be in the top 1% of performers? Now, last year, the top 1% of performers earned $547,000 of top 1% of money earners, but there's top police officers, there's top insurance, GM, there's top teachers, there's top, right? This is just saying you want to be in the uber elite group of achievers at whatever it is you do. So, as a vote here, because this is out of my book, this is chapter 7, I think, Pretenders versus Contenders. When you look at the habits of the top 1%, what would you say is the number one? Is it remarkable boldness? Is it intrinsic motivation? Is it ability to lock in? Is it grit and resilience? Or is it connection? See, when you're thinking about getting all the way up to where you're considered at the top of your field and you are the best. Now, when I was a basketball coach, I was fortunate to, toward the end of my career, Rebecca Soto, to be the best, okay? Which is at the end of the year, and all the dogfighting, Daniel Hodges, and all the games, there was only one champion at the end of the year, okay? And that was the beauty of sport, is that, you know, there really is a number one. There really is a person at the end of the day when you have playoffs and Super Bowls and NBA championship games. At the end of the day, there really is a number one. It's like, this is the best, man. So, I'd love to see what you guys think. This is straight out of my new book, Flip the Switch. If you did buy the book, remember I do book club every Wednesday. I think tomorrow is one of our last sessions. It's at 12:30 every Wednesday. I do Flip the Switch book club. So if you want to join us, reach out, make sure, mark at coachburt.com. Say, I bought the book. I want to be in the book club. It's every Wednesday at 12:30. But in the book, I talk about the habits of the top performers. A lot of people say they want to be, notice I didn't put in there, Mark Flores. Notice not in the habits of the top 1%. It's whining, complaining, quitting. For all the people that start something and quit, unless you need to quit it. I have a deep disdain for people who quit things and do not keep their commitments. Deep disdain, okay? It says a lot about their character. And so I think if you're out there and you're going, hey, Diva, if you're out there and you're going like, man, I want to be at the top, all I got to do is measure myself versus the top performers. And that gives us a framework, right? These habits of the best performers in the world. If you were asking me what I think is the number one, I'd probably have to say grit and resilience with a close second to remarkable boldness. Okay, all the rest of them are very important, but if you ask me if I could only have two, which two? If you ask me which two I'd like to give my kids, grit and resilience for sure, and remarkable boldness. That would be the two that I would give my kid. Okay, Chris Clark, let's go. Let's go. Lisa Galloway, good morning to everybody. Coach Burt just finished a workout. Carrie Ann, good morning to you. If you bought the book, everybody who bought the book, remember, book club's on Wednesday, guys. Love you, appreciate you. Everybody needs a coach. Okay, thank you for buying that book, too. We hit the Wall Street Journal. We hit several numbers on the Wall Street Journal list, and we're about to make, I think, another run. at the top 5 on the Wall Street Journal. We're coming up with some strategies to do that. So appreciate all the support, and I believe in you, and everybody needs a coach, man. Have a great day. Which habit would you choose?
Before I get started, there is one very important question I have to ask you.
Coach Micheal Burt, Monster Producer Academy CEO. He's a personal friend of mine.
What good is it to have knowledge with no desire? What good is it to have desire with no skill? What good is it to have knowledge and skill with no confidence?
A big part of activating your prey drive is finding and refining your talent. This is something that helps you get to the next place.
People are made up of 4 parts: a body, a mind, a heart, and a spirit.
You need to know you, and then you need to have an awareness, and sometimes you don't even know what you need.
So all 4 parts of our nature have to be clicking. Your hard skill solves my problem. The bigger the problem, the more money people will pay to solve it.
Everything is valuable to your future. What I'm really paying you for is your past.
A monster producer combines multiple skills to dominate a market.
When you get to wake up every day and do what you love doing, man, it is hard not to be motivated.
They think at a higher ordinance than everybody else. They want to create new things.
I have a conviction about me, and that's the conviction that you feel when I talk, when I speak. It comes across as passion. You got to learn how to connect to another person at such a deep level that it moves them. You have goals, you have targets, but you don't have a sense of urgency.
They're going to exchange money, energy. They're going to raise capital. They're going to start new businesses. There's going to be joint ventures.
I think your purpose finds you. It is activated. The word activate means to initiate. Discipline, which is a derivative of the word disciple, which means to give yourself to a person or cause you believe in. Do you believe in your future, yes or no? When we know better, we do better. Finding the problem that you are uniquely qualified to solve, and you don't know what problem you really solve for whom, then there is no big financial exchange right there. You should leave here thinking bigger today than when you came. And I want to shake your hand and look you in the eyeball when you make this decision. Thank you. We'll see you in the back. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See, my number one job with the people on my team is not to teach them everything I know. It's actually to activate their drive, to go get it again and again and again and again and again. Because I know life knocks a shout out of you, as my buddy Tim Story says. You come out when you're born screaming, ready to go. And then life slowly knocks the shout out of you step by step. This tells me where people need coaching: body, mind, heart, and spirit. And if you are deficient in one of these areas, and I'll be honest with you, in my life, I've been deficient in all of them. There's been times I've been so out of whack in my body. There's been times I've been so screwed up in the mind. There's been times I've lost all joy or passion for what I was doing. And there's been times I lost every bit of my confidence. But now that I know this, I know where to go to work. And almost every time I went to a coach, I said, man, I need help in this area. Can you help me? Yes. So how can you help me? Number one, you can't help me until you understand me. I was at a conference not long ago, and every time I went outside, there was these little salespeople out there. And they would just run up to me right away. Hey, you want to buy this? Hey, you want to buy this? Hey, you want to buy this? and after a few times, I was like, hold on. Had a name tag on. And I said, my name's Micheal. Here's how you do this. Hi, Micheal. Are you enjoying this conference? Yes. What exactly are you getting out of this conference? Why did you choose to come to this conference over the other conferences? Out of everything you've heard us talk about at this conference, what did you like the most? And Micheal, if I gave you my number and my card, would it be okay if I follow up with you after the conference to make sure you're getting something and you're really getting the value out of this? See, they violated number one. They didn't know me. They didn't ask me what my problems were. They didn't even understand what I'm trying to do. When I am in the cycle of doing discovery with a person, the number one thing I ask a person is, what are you trying to do? And I say, I got a real important question to ask you, but it frames everything. What are you trying to do? And they'll tell me. People will tell me, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to double my business. I'm trying to get over a heartbreak. I'm trying to fight through this. It's a real simple question that opens the door to a great conversation. Instead of me trying to sell you something, why don't I get to know you and say, hey man, what are you trying to do? How can I serve you to go from A, which is your current position, to B, which is where you're trying to go?